Hey, and welcome to another Tech with Tigre. Thanks so much for being here. So today, one of our team members for our team brought it to my attention in Slack saying, hey, this person on YouTube has a video up and they're reading verbatim from Lola's blog post about avoiding insecure attachment styles as an empath from narcissists and various other attachment styles. And I'm like, no, I'm sure like they're getting inspiration or whatnot from that. So she sends me the link. I go over to YouTube and you can see this right here. Go over to YouTube and you have this person who claims at the very beginning of their video. Let's go just hear what they have to say.
Hello and welcome back to Balanced Psychologies. My name is Anushka Martin and I'm a trainee psychologist and clinical practitioner.
So I couldn't tell if she said she's a trainee or a trained psychologist and clinical something practitioner. So theoretically, if you're trained or training, you understand that plagiarism is not okay. So we'll leave that aside and let's actually jump to the moment where we can go to Lola's blog post right here. And then I'll get into how you then report this for copyright violation across all of her platforms, and which is the focus of this, so you can get some. But I just want to just show how much of a blatant plagiarism this was / is. So let's just go to, I believe it was around like a minute. She sells her program, sells like why she's great, and
the video.
So here we go.
Narcissists tend to have an avoidance style of attachment when it comes to relationships. But have you ever wondered how attachment theory relates to being an empath or a highly sensitive person?
Okay, so you just watched her go through verbatim, except for the HSP part, that first paragraph. You can tell where her eyes are looking. She's reading from a teleprompter. So she's already copy and pasted this and placed it in there. I believe she even goes into this next paragraph, which I'll let you say, where Lola says, in my work, watch what she decides to do.
In my work, I have seen that empaths and highly sensitive people find each other in these four main attachment styles. And we have particular needs and opportunities when it comes to creating healthy relationships, regardless of our attachment style.
Okay, so she didn't plagiarize the entire paragraph. She actually changed found to find, and then she said style instead of type. It's still plagiarism. So I was like, all right, maybe she just only did that first part. I play the video, she goes through, she then, hopefully these are her own words, but she basically talks about where attachment style theory comes from. All right, so I did a little of my own sleuthing. This is how I caught my practice wife cheating on me, is I'm a geek and it works really well in cases like this. Thanks, Dad. Word up to you. So I figured she probably stole this other piece of content that's inserted in between Lola's first paragraph and then the subsequent paragraph that happens about minute 3. And so the way you do this, again, this is how you prove that someone is basically just a cheat, is you just dictate. As they're dictating, you just type down what they're saying. So I just typed exactly what she said verbatim. She was saying, is met by their parents, significantly contributes to their attachment style. That's all you need. And then you put quotes on the ends of it. And then you do a Google search. And Google, being the great grandma that it is, that knows everything, will find where that whole segment is. And so here we go. And maybe you can even do it without the quotes. I put the quotes in. So it says, results is attachment theory to researchers, John Bowlby. So she's ripping off Mark Manson, who we love. Mark Manson's awesome. We have his book. Lola's got it way over there. Up top, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. And way to go, Mark. We love you. Just letting you know your stuff's being ripped off too, brother. So, and if you ever want to be on the podcast with Lola, we would love to have you. So I will just go get on his attachment theory, and we'll mark stuff in the blog post as well, because this is going to be great. So let's just back up a little bit to where she finishes ripping off Lola's work. And let's check out where she starts ripping off Mark's work.
Is an area of psychology that describes the nature of emotional attachment between humans. It begins as children
with our attachment to our parents. The nature of this attachment and how well it's fostered and cared for will then influence the nature of our attachment to romantic partners later in our life. And then she keeps going into it. So anyways, enough evidence has been amassed. We know this woman is just being lazy and cannot at the very least, read this stuff that we've taken our time, that Mark's taken his time, that Bowlby and Mary Ainsworth have taken their time to create research around, and actually create your own work. So now I'm going to show you how you would go about reporting someone for this. So the first thing is to report it where the content is being published on. So that in this case is YouTube. You know, it's one thing if it's someone just doing it, but she's actually running her own business saying that this is her work. She literally said, in my work. And not to deny that as a psychologist or whatever clinician that she claims she is, as you're training people, yeah, you're going to deal with this stuff. We deal with it all the time in our clients. It's totally fine, but make it your own. Don't be lazy. So what I do is on the YouTube front for claiming a copyright infringement, you come here and you click report. And now you'll want to usually do that. It infringes my rights. Choose one, infringes my copyright. Then you go next. And then you submit a copyright claim. And I've already done this for this video. I'm just going to run through the steps again, just showing you. So it's copyright infringement because this is written as writers and we have a copyright on our website too. That is Lola's content. So then I say I am reporting it on my company because we're not sole proprietors. We own our own company. And then you just go, you grab the URL of the video to be removed. You say it's our original copyrighted content, or I said other because they don't have copyright content. So type of copyrighted work, it's a blog post, and then I come over here, grab this blog post, paste in the link, title, and if your link is too long, go bit.ly.com and shorten it if it exceeds the 200 characters. And the title of the copyrighted work, copy that, paste that in there. Additional information. It appears that Miss, whatever her name is, verbatim ripping off my and Mark Manson's work and selling it as her own here and on other channels like Facebook and Patreon. I'm just copying this because I'm going to reuse this on my Facebook report. So copy that. We can come into text edit, pull up text edit, do a new document, drop it in there. That'll be our little document for Miss Marson. And then where does it's basically the entire video, but you could say timestamps at the beginning. Who knows, maybe, whatever. I said the timestamp of where it started and noted that it changed, but I'm just gonna say the entire video because obviously there's probably more of it. Links to just entire video. And then you just go through and enter in all your data. I'm not going to do that here. I don't need to do that for you. And you should check all these boxes saying that you're not lying about this. You're not making a false claim. Type your signature as you wrote it up here. I'm not a robot. Submit the complaint. Then we went to go see, thankfully we have an awesome community who's supporting us and commenting on it, saying, hey, this is copyrighted material. We've left a comment on there. Now, of course, you could contact the person and say, hey, this is infringing on my stuff. Can you please take it down? Please attribute me. Given how blatant it is, I don't even want to go to that route. This is just grotesque, especially now that I know that what she's doing to Mark Manson's work and ripping it off. I'm just not even going there. But we did post a thing saying, thank you for appreciating my work. You've copyrighted it. I'm also going to ask you to remove this video for copyright violation. So that's pasted in there. And I've taken screenshots of all these things. It's really good to take screenshots because people will delete comments, and that way you can use it as extra evidence that you did comment and that the person that removed it to hide their trail or to remove responsibility. So now we go to their Facebook page to report them and see if they shared the post. Oh, look, they did share the post right here. Awesome. So then what we get to do is take a screenshot, Command Shift 4. It just Google on your PC how to screenshot. There is a special way to do it. You have to click like some tooltip somewhere. So we screenshot it, kick it over, get out of my way for right now. Now this is the fun part where you find the link to the post that you're going to then put into the copyright report on Facebook. And so now I'm going to come here and I'm going to also grab her URL. And it's good to have all your URLs. So she just has her Facebook page. Let's grab this one. This is the YouTube video. Let's go grab her Patreon account. We'll get to Patreon in a second. Let's go back to Facebook. So now you click these little dots, you go embed. Click advanced settings, and now we get the actual URL of the post. So we'll copy that, paste it in there. Now, it's always fun when you have to search really hard for things on help. Please, Facebook and other places, make it easy. So through all my searching, I'll make it easier for you. I will just copy what the link is for that to get there fast. Then you go through and you fill out all this stuff. It's the exact same content that you're gonna be filling out on YouTube. I have it here. You just basically go through and you start giving descriptions of everything that you want to be filling out for that person and everything. You just keep going through the content and then you declare that it is yours and then you move on. And so the other one that I want to show you is this person is selling their work, selling services, using other people's efforts to sell their services without crediting anyone. And so they have this. They only have like 23 patrons, so she's making $261 a month. But it's also the principle. Thank you. So the principle of it requires that we do this to defend it. And it's called stepping in and creating boundaries. Bitches. Miss Marcin. Not calling you bitch, I'm just calling you really lazy and annoying. It's kind of not cool. Moving on, we're in Patreon land. You go to my work is being stolen. Now this page was a little funky and didn't really help. So then you have to go do how do I send a DMC takedown notice? So I copied that one. We'll put that in the links too. And these are all in the show notes down below so you can get there super lickety quick. And just keep searching in the help. If it's a Twitter violation, I'm sure she probably shared it on Twitter, so I could go Twitter and go report them on Twitter as well. And then you just come down here and you say, send us a note. And then send the note, this is where you want to do file a copyright infringement claim, and then you go through and do all the declarations in the same data. So hopefully that was helpful. I would love it if you actually go and follow a quality channel like my wife's channel, which is youtube.com/thelolapickett. We have tons of amazing content out there that we produce, and we're always posting our video interviews for our podcast, empath2power.com. So check that out, please. And yeah, definitely support people who are doing original work and attributing people where it is appropriate. And don't support or give money to people who want to be plagiarists and lazy. Thank you very much. Tech with Tigre. Peace.